Okay, so we continue. They are going to try to monetize that. So they are going to try to increase, have some economic advantage from that. So what it will happen is Saudi Arabia, the government is investing in the rich families in some other way or some other resource or sector, economic sector, that they can monetize and earn money out of it. So technology, army as well, information technology, computers, medicines, everything that will make them able in the future to make profit out of it. Because imagine that there is no oil after 10 years. And these guys, they get money from other governments who pay for their oil. That's why Arabia Saudi is rich, because every country buy from this country. Because there are 5 countries maybe where they're very rich in oil, 6 countries. So the most part of the countries they have to address to these small countries, they work as a oligopoly almost, and they can sell money. So they get money from other countries, they can promote investment. That way today is very rich. If we go to the 70s, Qatar was one of the poorest countries in the world. But Qatar economic success is more based in gas, not so much oil. But again, gas is the same. It's non-renewable, but at some point it will finish, as Russia. So they have to take the money and reinvest. I will give you an example, guys. Just for you. You go to the school to study, you finish, and you get a very well-paid job, right? So what are you going to do with the money of their job? What happens if you spend all the money? Overexploitation, it means that we have this amount of stock and we use the whole stock to invest in economy, increase taxes, and a very rapid economic growth. That will be the same for you. If you guys have a stock of money and you use all your money, you have no savings, right? Because you want to have a beautiful car, you're going to buy a house, you increase GDP because you consumption a lot. But after 10 years, you lose your job because the job is like a non-renewable good. Because the technologies change, you get older. There is younger people who can do the same job as you, much cheaper, and you just fall asleep. So in 10 years' time, you're not going to be always wealthy. There is times in life you have a lot of money, and sometimes, especially nowadays, there is no fixed job for life anymore, and at least it's disappearing for the competition. So the consequences is, there is 2 guys. The guy who overexploit the resources. Here you can replace for money. He used all the money, and when he's with no job, he cannot do anything. He cannot invest in a business because he has no money to invest. He cannot go back to school to renew, to update his knowledge because he has no money to pay. So what is the wise guy? The wise guy is the guy who says, okay, as I have a good job, I have a lot of income coming in, I'm not going to use all the income at once. I'm going to use my income to pay my consumption, my food, my leisure time, and then I will save some money for future investment, right? So this is the right answer. As you have now you have a good resource that you know is going to end, the money of this resource, which is oil, you will use in other sectors that you find or you predict they will be fast growing or very profitable ones. So you go into this niche. Okay? So the wise idea is, if there is an overproduction or overexploitation, we run out of resources, then we cannot do anything else. We will grow a lot, but then it will be economic crisis. We are prompt to jump into economic bubble where it burst, and then it will seriously harm and seriously hurt the economy and the people. So we want to economic growth which is healthy, step by step. You don't want like 15% GDP per year and control. You want to take money from the taxes, and the government has to do something else to redistribute it in other sectors. So when there is no oil anymore, maybe they have other things, tourism, for example. So they are very good in tourism, or they have a very good industry in doctors, medical industry, or in education. So people go there and spend money to learn from, say, Arabia or from Arabic Gulf countries, anything which is technology advanced sector. If you don't do that, okay, you're gonna have economic growth. The people is gonna have good life quality now, but in 10 years' time, you will become again people with nothing to offer, and you have no other resource to exploit or any other good or asset